This is Starcraft English commentary. Let's continue with the series in the Laddernet episodes between Snow and Lava. This is going to be the third game in the series, and if you've not watched the first two games, they were very, very nice. Just check them out. I'm going to spoil the results for you. But anyways, the third set is going to be played on the map New Sylphid. We have Lava in the blue color at the 4 o'clock position, and Snow in the purple color at the 8 o'clock position. Let me remind you that this is a 2-player map, and let's just quickly show you what the map stats looks like. So from the Protoss player's perspective, here the win rate. So this map, New Sylphid, is right in the center at 49.6% win rate, so that's very, very nice. We have Snow coming out with a pylon and going to scout directly. The Overlord also trying to check out the other sides of the map to see if there's any kind of information he can gather. So yeah, Snow of course is everyone's favorite player when it comes to, you know, winning ASL, winning championships, but he's not won an ASL. He has barely won a few EST, although those tournaments don't really count. Of course, he always does really well in pro leagues and is always considerably one of the strongest players when it comes to the ELO ranking. And we just quickly show you a little bit here. The EST tournament, which has been going on here, are the best players. Let me just quickly check that for you. Let's just latch onto this probe to see where he's going, and then I will show you the EST best players. So you can see Snow is there with 2 golds. He has won 2 golds. Very, very nice for him. And in terms of earnings of last year, Snow is not in the top 10, but he has made some amount of money. So that's very, very nice to see what's going on. All right, this probe coming out and try to check for the situation. We're going to be having a few Zerlings. I think we have 2 Zerlings coming out. Let's see if that's going to be able to change anything out of this drone coming out and try to make an expansion. Of course, around this time, we are going to be expecting that hatchery to come down. There's the hatchery. 4 Zerlings, and what is the response here from Snow? 2 cannons. He's being very, very cautious. He doesn't need to be that cautious because, okay, I guess he needs to be a bit cautious because 6 Zerlings. Overlord is not able to discover, I think, the top right, top side of the map, so the Zerling's going to move over here. I think by then the Zerlings have to back up, but you know, in the old days, 6 Zerlings used to be the standard opening. It's very, very easy to play. And looks like the Zerlings will arrive. The Nexus will come down. He needs to block correctly, and he's going to be able to block those units, and this gateway is going to come down here by Snow. Check out his money situation. There is the gateway. We're going to be looking forward to another hatchery expansion here. 200 minnows coming from Lava, and his hatchery will be coming down, so things are going to start to standardize between the 2 players. The Zerlings, we want to check out for the probe. The probe goes out because looks like the drone didn't want to expand here. He's going to expand at this 3 o'clock position instead. I guess it's slightly more protected in the case of early Zealot with +1 and leg upgrade. You can actually build a few sun guns behind it and try to create a bit of a SimCity, but we shall see what is the situation between these 2 players. All right, we don't see any additional upgrades coming from Lava except for the lair. So there it is, the lair has been planted down, and things were completely stabilized by now. Of course, this probe from Snow is trying to check around and see if there's any kind of situations, any kind of information he can gather. And around this time, the most important information he wants to know is whether there is going to be 3 hatch hydras or not. But so far, it doesn't look like there's going to be 3 hatch hydras. Probes getting transferred. Every stand opening is now between these players. By the way, I'm traveling this week. Once again, I've told you that I am in India, and oh my god, in the place where I'm staying right now, there's a hellstorm. It's raining dogs and cats and Zerlings and probes outside. It's so ridiculous. But I hope that I don't get disturbed, and we can actually still watch this game very, very nicely between each other. Let me see. I have the hotkey configurations of the players. Or not. Looks like I don't. I just have this F1, F2, F3 hotkey, so that's it. But once again, still checking after the situation. Zerling with speed will complete very, very soon. And from the Protoss side, we have possibly just the Zealot upgrade at some point in the future. I think that probe's gonna have to back up now. He's trying to go into the main, but Zerling with speed kicks in at just the right moment. The drone will try to block it. Maybe cannot block it. He blocks it incorrectly, and there's a spire discovered. So these cannons don't need to go up at the front door. And once again, Larva is just not competitive enough in his gameplay. He is going to be able to snipe that drone, or that probe rather, but the question is, you know, what's next? Because there's going to be Corsairs. This overlord will die. Where are the other overlords in this map? These are just Zerlings coming to the top side. There's another overlord out here. So I think Snow is coming up with a very nice opening. He was forced to make 2 cannons, but he didn't lose any of these Zealots, because sometimes we see that the Protoss player, he tends to go out there and you know, with a few Zealots, and he gets them surrounded by the Zerlings, and he actually doesn't get anything done, and he doesn't trade well. But this is a little bit of a different story. Looks like Corsairs will start to attack. +1 weapons coming down, and we will also have the +1 weapons upgrade. I mean, what is up with my thing? Is not upgrading correctly. It only happens down here, but these up here is fine. Interesting. Very weird situation. Anyways, his first overlord will fall. And Zealot is coming out. We don't have the +1 yet. They would try to apply a bit of pressure. The drone gets attacked, but they need to actually go to these units. We have some Scourges getting made though, where the Zerlings are trying to return. What was Larva up to? He's not paying attention. And now I think the Scourges will need to, it's gonna pop. The Scourges will pop, and the Corsairs need to fly away. Not able to survive a second overlord. And then that Corsair is gonna back up. And we have 3 Zealots here. A pair of Zerling in the main. He's gonna try to surround, and Snow's gonna try to attack as greatly as possible. Great control here. Snow's gonna get these Zerlings destroyed. He is trying very hard. He's gonna try to go for the drones. He gets 1 Zerling down, 2 Zerling down. The other Zerlings who pop very soon. Anything else happening on this map? We have a Zealot attacking against the 3rd base, but a Hydra then has been discovered together with a bunch of Zerlings. So that is gonna be the end of this attack, I believe. These Zerlings will actually try to surround from both sides. The Zerling in the main is sniped, and still a bit of health remaining, and that Zealot in the corner has died. We have a switch into Hydras. These Zealots will try to move in because they need to engage. They need to, I guess, sack themselves here. One Zealot is going to fall out, but these Zealots are going to get discovered in a main, and they will actually wedge themselves here and buying some time. As you can see, very good control here from Snow. Anything else happening? We have more Corsairs coming out. They're just trying to sit back home here. We have 3 Corsairs already. These 2 Zealot once again still very powerful and trading very efficiently. That Zealot is very damaged. Great surround from both of the Zerling side, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be about a total of possibly 10 Zerling casualties for 2 Zealots. 3 hatcheries coming down. What kind of upgrades of seeing for the Zerg side? This is gonna, I believe this is Hydra's missile upgrade. Maybe that's what it is. I could not tell from the icon or the avatar. Another Corsair coming out. He want to see if there's a switch into Hydras or into Mutas. And I see if Larva can see this. Larva has seen it, and he's gonna have to react accordingly. With the fact is that there's gonna be no massive Mutas, means that more cannons have to come up. With Dark Templar going to the corner. Overlord, I think this is Overlord with speed. It's about 60% done, I guess. Yeah, it's about, yeah, this is definitely speed. Then he's trying to go through, but just way too many cannons. And some Zealots are blocking. We still have this cannon still waiting in the corner. Let's see if at some point, you know, Snow's gonna actually block it up. Hydras will have the upgrades very soon. Tempers coming out, and the +1 armors coming up. We have the Cabris upgrade for the Mutas. This is interesting. I've seen this a few times where the Zerg player goes for this kind of upgrades, but he's not making Mutas yet. I guess he's gonna make Mutas later. He want to make sure the upgrade completes. The Corsairs have the +1, but I think 5 is not good enough. You need to have another one, but he's not doing it. He's just coming out and checking. This Larva knows about the presence of these Corsairs. He's gonna have to know at some point in the future. He does, and he's gonna be backing up here, and more cannons is holding the side of the map very nicely. What's the army for Snow? He's making some Zealot and some High Templars, a Dark Templar, making sure that there's no expansion. And as for Larva, you know, Larva, once again, I've told you a few times, he's kind of a showman. Oh my god, Larva not seeing this. These Corsairs group up together. He's gonna try to surround from both sides. The Corsairs attack correctly, 1 downed. I think Larva is not making the right number of Corsairs, the right number of Scourges for that moment. Robo coming down, I think +1, excuse me, core for the Dragoon range upgrade should be coming out at some point in the future. Hydras trying to chase down these Corsairs. The southern map, more additional hatcheries coming up, and upgrades are going to be in favor of Protoss for the timing. We'll be having, what is this, Evolution Chamber for better upgrades. 2 vision chamber, some more hatcheries for some kind of nice SimCity, protecting the bases. I think what Snow is just looking for is just going for huge groups of attack in the middle of the game here, just having +1 weapons and +1 armors and go. And as for Larva, at some point he might entertain the idea of drops, because it can easily drop into the main base of Snow at some point in the future. Look at these sellout with the +1 weapons and +1 armor coming across the map. The Hydras have the +0 only. Yeah, I think the +1 armor is gonna come soon. The upgrades of Hydras are very slow. I think the Hydras need to come out now, unless he's waiting for Dragoons to protect them. Maybe that's what the plan is. He's gonna just wait for Dragoon. The core upgrade is about 40% done. On the other side of the map, massive Hydras are amassing, and we do have a hatchery. And of course, Ablution Chambers are upgrading very nicely. So both players are not yet deciding whether to attack right now, and just staying on the respective quarters of the map. We have about a 10 supply differential, 15 supply differential between the two players. Scourges are still numbering around 5. I think Snow is looking for that big punch. He's got the 8-way magical numbers together with observers. And he's going to move out here. I think for Snow, he want to expand here. Zerlings are not seeing this with a Dark Temple protecting those areas. So Snow is going to move across this map. 4 bases for Zerg, and soon to be 3 bases for Protoss. There's the expansion coming down. And the Dark Temple also trying to protect it. Corsair is checking for this right flank. He's going to be super careful not to lose themselves in the moment, in the heat, or to let it go. Right, and then Corsair is once again leading the charge. We're going to be having High Templars with 2 storms each. A small engagement here from this side of the map, pushing the Hydras back once again. We've seen this a few times. Larva's control is not so crisp. He is forced to kind of maneuver in a very awkward position, but he's coming across the map. The Corsairs are looking for any kind of troop movement across these plains so they can actually cover the side with a Dark Templar. Scourges will come through. Nice attack here, kind of clumsy movement there by Larva. And what is Larva doing? Additional upgrades, or what? Just the same upgrades, and we're gonna having a few lurkers. Protoss holding the side of the map, but the observers are here. You need to actually be careful, be mindful of the drop potential from the Zerg side. Anyways, massive Hydras with overlord speed is coming across the map. And let's see if the Protoss army is going to try to intercept it. Where are the cannons? We have only 1 cannon that's going to complete. Hydras have decided not to attack at some point in the future, and no base is coming out here yet. Both players are juggling for position. What is Snow thinking? He's going to make, once again, more observers, controlling and killing that last Zerling, which is going to be nice. This space will be saturated. Both players are getting ready for that big attack at some point. +1 and +1 armor. The drone's going to get destroyed, I think, at some point. Hydra's upgrades are coming very slowly, but we'll have upgrades very soon. So additional cannons is coming up. Okay, these are just pylons. I'm very interested to know the positioning of those pylons who are in a weird position. Hydras get trapped. Where are they going? Larva's not controlling his forces correctly. He's going to lose a few units. He's going to definitely lose a few units. He's making massive Hydras, and I think this is a show game. This is basically not really strategic or tactical. It's just like, make big armies and try to have big fights. It's like, what is that guy's name? Show Weather. Is it not Show Weather? Mayweather and I don't know, Manny Pacquiao, right? Just make big fists and attack, and no regards for, I don't know, for style or for strategy or tactics or whatever. And there's going to be a great storm to push those Hydras back, but counter-attack on the southern map. Massive Hydras are waiting to counter. We only have 1 cannon. He's got 1 cannon for the entire game. Anyways, the Corsairs are attacking, and there's going to be a major attack on the southern map here, killing a few lurkers. These Hydras are reinforcing, whereas the cannons for Snow is not coming up. The battles is very tense, and Snow pushes through. He kills a few lurkers. He's not yet completed the last lurker kills, but he does get a few Hydras in the process. Once again, the forces are waiting in the center to go for some kind of backstabbing options. Do we have a drop? No drops yet. Drop technology has not yet been researching. Lurkers coming for the southern map. The battle in the center is very tense, but great storm to slow down the advancement of the lurkers. There could be a few more storms, just incessant storm. Another storm of those 4 or 5 lurkers. He's waiting for them to actually burrow themselves, and he's gonna cast a storm. I think he might be able to cast a few more storm. Great storm to damage those forces and slow them down. Another storm is to be expected. Hydras are dying left and right here, but looks like Snow's forces is cornered. He need to back up. Another storm, I think, on this right flank to hurt so many lurkers. These Dragoons are trapped. We need to go in this high ground position, I think. Another high jump in the corner that has been forgotten about, but reinforcements are coming very fast. Oh my god. Slowly to hold this high ground position. He's not going to hold, he's going to back up, and with the superior economy, Larva is looking very strong. A single Hydra is going to snipe, and the game was stabilized. Now Larva leading by 10 supply despite having worse technologies compared to the enemy. And now Protoss has got what? still 1-1 here. I think 2-2 is coming. I think Armor's 2 is going to complete first, but the Hydras will have 1-1 already. They once again come out to attack. Observer's gone snipe, and Snow is in a very peculiar situation. He doesn't have much protection. He's got only one cannon. He is trying to hold his side of the map. I think he's going to invite enemy to his front door a bit because the cannons are quite strong. A small engagement, a few more storms. He's waiting to cast a storm. He casts a perfect storm, pull his Zealot back. He does get both to use it and an amazing storm on the side of the map. He just to push those Hydras back and spread himself out. Very crazy battles between the players, and looks like it's raining dogs and cats outside my window. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's also very nice and refreshing climate for me. Another storm is to be expected. Not yet. This unit in the corner, he is going to have enough storm. He's going to cast another great storm and hurts those Hydras and push them back, but Lava is still ahead greatly in supply and in tempo, I believe. More lurkers going to get destroyed. Zealot will try to take a few hits here. Another storm to be expected. He's not going to storm. Doesn't have energy. Dragoon's going to get targeted upon. And I think Slava is controlling the game very nicely here. He's got new bases coming up that has not yet been discovered. His Nexus cannot be saved. I think he's going to try to back up and try to buy more time. I think Lava will win this game. Very nice pressure going from Lava, but he needs to forget about this attack and try to assault that additional Nexus that has come up. Lurkers are coming down. Do we have any more storm? We have a Lurker. He's going to have a Dark Temple in the corner. He's going to wait for the Dragoon to die. First, he's going to leave and start to attack. Need to go for the Lurker. He's going to walk right past everything and start to swipe across the Lurker. Do we have any observers coming from the Zerg side? No observers. That last Lurker will fall. Another great storm is to be expected. He's going to storm right now. He's got 81. He's not storming. He's not storming. It's just crazy battles between the two players. The next is going to come up. We have a single Archon. And in corner, how many bases do we have here? A lot of hatcheries are coming down from Lava. But these forces is going to hold his side of the map here. Lama just sticking with a basic tech. No, he's not sticking. He's going to have defilers already very soon. And for the timing, Snow is getting pushed back hard. What kind of bases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases for Zerg. We have a Dark Templar walking through, and where the Overlords, they're very slow. This is just buying time here for Snow because he's going to try to make his new base coming up, some new cannons. As you can see, a single Archon hiding on this side of the map here, which is great. And a few Zealots just patrolling the area. I think Snow has bought himself a precious 40 or 50 seconds time with that Dark Templar slip in. And now his 4 bases are quite secure for the timing. He's going to make massive High Templars at some point in the future. The army is very small, but at least they have the upgrade energy for the High Templars, so each of them can cast a maximum of 3 storms. Very good economy overall, I think, here for Lava. But another major engagement in the center map. Massive lurkers are coming through. They eat a lot of storm, but they're still moving forward. Another storm. We need to cast a storm. He's going to cast a great storm that kills 3 lurkers, I believe. They will all die. Another storm on those Hydras possibly, but we're not seeing it yet. And I think this unit's going to just completely back up and just morph into Archons. The lurkers need to advance. Well, I think Lava's a bit too slow with his army advancement. He will kill a single Archon. He's going to kill another Archon, and you're going to see to attack. That last Archon has died. And once again, Snow is not trading so officially, but his 4 bases are still at least keeping him in the game. A few more storms to be deployed coming from this right flank to make sure the Hydras are not getting involved in the equation. Another storm could be deployed. He is going to cast a storm on the Hydras to push them back. The Zealot need to back up. Just massive Zerg forces coming from all sides. A great storm though. The Lurkers who deploy themselves, we actually can cast a storm. He's going to be amazing, but no more Templars. I think Snow is going to GG. His army is not coming up fast enough, and now Lava's leading by around 10, 20 to 30 supply. Snow gets pushed back in the corner. His cannons in the backside could not support. He's going to finally be able to support here, but great pressure, unrelentless pressure from Lava, and he's going to be able to take 1 game back from Snow. And by the way, this game was released early for those who supported me in the last 3 days. If that was you, I hope you've enjoyed this game. And I guess I'll see you in another series. Once again, I'm traveling, so I apologize for the lack of games. Possibly the quality of the videos might not be so good, but let's hope for some nice games. I think KCM, the EST, will be casting tomorrow as well. Look at this Lava just sending massive forces because his economy is so good. He takes another base here at this 730 position. And Snow now is going to be running out of units. He casts a good storm, but he doesn't have enough army. He's going to back up into the corner. He consistently make High Templars, which is great. And as you can see, the moment they come out, they have 67, 68 energy already. So only about 7 seconds from then, he can cast another storm. He's going to cast. He's not going to have to cast. He's not casting. He does cast 1. And he might cast another on those lurkers. They're actually trying to come up this slide. As you can see, Lava just having some fun. Lava is not attacking any of these bases. He can easily attack them and kill them all, but he wants more fun, more pleasure for his viewers. and Snow is gonna be get completely boxed in here. Observers get not even spotted, and the fighters are in the areas. Where's the Dark Templar going? Looking for some openings. Consume is up. We're gonna be having a Plague and then a Dark Swarm. Great Plague to hurt all of those Zealots, and a Dark Swarm is gonna be deployed at some point in the future. This Dark Templar, I'm not so sure exactly what is the purpose. There are overlords everywhere. I mean, they're just complete units covering every side. Oh my god, look at how many units are here. Just all lurkers, so they cannot attack. But that is going to walk right. He's going to try to go and then get on this high ground position. His attack is looking very, very strong. That Templar walks through everything though. Not yet being discovered. He goes for a few units. Snipe is going to hide in the corner. But on the front door, I think Snow is in some serious trouble. He might cast one storm. He's moving as High Templar into enemy territory. He casts a great storm though to damage one of the lurkers. Is that Dark Templar destroyed? Or he's still walking around? He's still looking for units to kill. He's gonna come this side. He's gonna kill maybe a unit here. He gets the storm. No, doesn't get anything at all. With 3 kills, the Dark Templar is gonna get destroyed, and that's gonna be the end of Snow's games now. Snow's King of Thrones has been completed. He's gonna come out for a last desperate fight. Maybe one more storm, and that's it. Lurkers will cast several plagues, several Dark Storms. They'll not get past the Dark Storm, which is nice, but they're completely lonely in the fight. If you've enjoyed this cast so far, feel free to buy me coffee into that. It's going to be in the description, and I will be back with more epic games. And once again, thanks for those who supported me in the last 30 days. I will bear you the suffering of seeing your faces covering the minimap. But I think you know that I have a lot of love and respect for all of you. I hope you have a great middle week coming through here, and stay tuned for more Starcraft on Town. And this game is still going on. Snow is not giving up yet. 2,000 minerals is what Lava has in the bank. He's gonna eat a few more storms, but he's got plenty of energy, plenty of units. Zealot attacking. He will get a few lurkers here and there. He needs to back up. Observer's gonna get sliced soon. Bye bye.